Here are tonight's winning lottery numbers.
Right now on Tampa Bay Tonight, Seminoles snubbed.
You're taking away the team aspect of the sport, which is honestly, it's heartbreaking. It sucks.
It was one of the tougher moments I've had to experience.
Very, very disappointing. Our fans are not happy about this.
We've got more reaction for you a day after FSU was denied the chance to compete for college football's biggest prize. And we're sticking with the sports theme by catching up with a Bucs fan who traveled from abroad to literally help lead the team to victory on Sunday.
Plus, thieves are stealing packages left on doorsteps. How you can prevent becoming a victim coming up.
Hello and thanks for joining us for Tampa Bay Tonight. I'm Rochelle Aline filling in for Wendy. It's been a busy day in the Bay Area and beyond, and these are the top stories we're following right now. The pressure on Florida GOP Chair Christian Ziegler to resign amid an allegation of sexual battery and rape is continuing to ramp up. Tonight, we have new details about a special meeting called by Vice Chair Evan Power to potentially discipline him. In an email sent to fellow executive board members, Power says he asked that Ziegler call the special meeting himself, but he declined and instead pushed for things to be sorted out in February. But after Power decided that timeline was unacceptable, we now have confirmation that this confidential closed meeting will be held on December 17th in Orlando. All of this comes as Florida's House Speaker, Senate President, and Governor DeSantis have called on Ziegler to step down. A diesel fuel spill has left a shiny film over Miller's Bayou in Port Richey. People reported a strong smell early this morning and throughout the day. The Coast Guard and Port Richey firefighters searched for hours today trying to find the source of that spill, but they didn't have any luck. If they do figure out who is responsible, they could be charged a fine to help cover up the cost of that cleanup. Meanwhile, two Pinellas County beach communities are cracking down on shark fishing. Indian Shores Beach and Reddington Shores are both restricting people from catching sharks, especially tiger sharks. This is the shark that washed up on Indian Shores Beach back in June. Police who responded to that scene say it was the result of someone who was shark fishing and who ultimately left that shark and its babies to die. If you're caught shark fishing in those areas now, you will face a fine of up to $500.
The most accurate weather team in Florida, ABC Action Weather.
How you doing, everybody? Tough game for the Jags, and just shy of the midnight hour right now. There are a few sprinkles across the area. Still, temperatures right now mostly in the 60s, although some upper 50s from Brooksville to Zephyr Hills, Newport Richey 59, Crystal River 57, mid to upper 60s Pinellas County southward. So there's still some moisture out there with the front sort of lingering, and that means clouds and a couple of sprinkles. But otherwise, a lot of clouds out there on Tuesday. Northern counties a little cooler. Southern counties still pretty warm. But then a stronger front comes through late tomorrow night and early on Wednesday. It'll be dry, but it will cool us off big time with highs on Wednesday only in the 60s. Wake up temperatures later on tomorrow morning, mostly in the 50s to lower 60s under mostly cloudy skies. We'll talk more about that front and what that means to our chilly weather on the horizon coming up in a few minutes.
What a difference a day makes. This was the scene on Saturday night after the Florida State football team won the ACC championship game, wrapping up their season with a perfect 13-0 record. But fast forward 24 hours and that celebration was replaced with misery. You see, the Noles were denied the chance to compete for a national championship after the College Football Playoff Committee picked 4 other teams to play instead. It's a decision that has sent shockwaves across the college football landscape, and as our reporter Chad Mills learns tonight, it's left FSU fans furious and demanding an explanation. All right, thanks, Chad. And speaking of robberies, new video tonight shows a man allegedly stealing items from a St. Pete antique mall. It happened last month at the Andrea and Friends Antique Mall on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Street. Investigators say the man hid inside of that store until the end of the day. Then once it closed, he crawled through that store before taking several valuable items that cost about $18,000 combined. If you recognize him or the other person of interest in this case, you're asked to contact St. Pete Police. The Tampa Police Department is warning folks about people stealing packages this holiday season. In many cases, doorbell cameras are enough to stop thieves, but as one local homeowner tells our Julie Salomon, her package was taken right from her doorstep while she was home. Still ahead on Tampa Bay tonight, spreading holiday cheer to a local Navy veteran. We'll have his reaction to this special surprise in just a bit. But first, it was a special Sunday for one Bucs fan, and not just because the team came away with a win. Sports anchor Kyle Berger tells us why after the break.
ABC Action News and Famous Tate are teaming up for the Salvation Army Angel Tree.
This time of the year can really put a strain on folks who live paycheck to paycheck.
And that's why we need your help to make sure every child feels special this holiday season.
And the Salvation Army Angel Tree makes it easy. Just stop by the station and pick out an angel.
And then bring those unwrapped items back to the station and we'll make sure it gets to the right place.
When you stop by, enter for your chance to win tickets to Enchant, the world's largest Christmas light maze and village.
Consumer reporter Jackie Calloway.
He told me, I can do this. I want to do all these improvements. As a teacher, $6,000 is a lot of money. You don't know how much your help means to me. It means a lot to me.
Jackie Calloway, taking action for you. Here are tonight's winning lottery numbers.
It wasn't pretty, but the Bucs got the job done on Sunday, picking up their 5th win of the season. In the end, there were 2 big plays that made all the difference. The first was a 75-yard touchdown from wide receiver Mike Evans, and the next touchdown run came from wide receiver Chris Godwin. The Bucs are now 1 game behind the Falcons for first place in the NFC South Division, and they won't have to wait long to try and take the top spot as the 2 teams are set to face off this Sunday in Atlanta. And while that win was sweet, one Bucs fan who made a transatlantic trip to Tampa Bay was able to get the experience of a lifetime. Tonight, sports anchor Kyle Berger speaks with her about how she ended up leading the Bucs onto the field.
The most accurate weather team in Florida, ABC Action Weather.
Yeah, it didn't show the video in the Bucs game when the rain was just coming down. Boy, I mean, torrential downpours during the first half of the game. And there are a few showers out there right now as well, although this is really light stuff. Just moisture really more than anything because we've got high dew points, we've got high humidity, the air is really heavy. We've got a lot of fog out there this morning. I don't think we're going to see nearly as much tomorrow morning, maybe in a few spots, but temperatures right now mostly in the 60s, low 60s, Plant City at 60, 56 though, Zephyr Hills and Brooksville. 57 at Crystal River, even Clearwater right now checking in at 59 degrees. So outside right now, skies are partly cloudy for the most part with temperatures again in the 60s. Satellite picture, we had a frontal boundary push through the area today. It's what brought us our clouds. It's slowly bringing some cooler air into our northern counties, but it's going to be a second front that arrives later tomorrow. It's going to be a dry front, but the air behind it, oh, you'll notice it because on Wednesday, the highs will be in the 60s as opposed to the lows. Thursday morning will be our coldest morning by far as we drop down into the 40s and maybe even some 30s. So again, on Tuesday, mixture of clouds and sun. Don't really expect any rain out of this. And by the way, as that second front comes through, all that really happens, you can see it kind of pushes the cloud cover through. The winds shift, the air dries out. We get a lot of sunshine on Wednesday, but it will be chilly. Instead of highs in the 80s like we had today, and like what some areas, southern counties will see tomorrow, we're going to see highs mostly in the 60s, again, under mostly clear skies. Thursday morning will be the coldest morning before we start to see a warm-up and a quick warm-up by Friday into Saturday. Temperatures tomorrow morning, mostly, I guess later this morning, technically right now, anywhere from the upper 50s to low 60s. Afternoon highs, upper 70s south of I-4, upper 60s north of I-4. You can kind of see where that front is. And then by Wednesday morning, we start in the 50s for most of the area. So Wednesday morning will not be the real cold morning, but look at the afternoon. Those are your highs. mid-60s on Wednesday, and Thursday morning we drop down into the 30s and 40s. So certainly Thursday morning will be the coldest morning. We warm back up in the 70s later on, and then I think we're back up to nearly 80 degrees, if you can believe it, by Friday into Saturday before another front comes in. Brings us a chance of some storms on Sunday and another round of cooler weather. But rainfall potential up until then, near zero, maybe late on Saturday. There might be a few showers or a storm, but a much better chance, I'd say, on Sunday. All right, let's go ahead and break it down for you. Florida's most accurate 7-day. Later on today, 74, mostly sunny, at least in the afternoon, a mixture of clouds and sun in the morning. Wednesday, the high only of 67. Thursday, we start in the 30s and 40s. We end in the upper 60s. The warm-up begins Friday. We're up to around 80 on Saturday, and then showers and potentially some heavier storms Sunday into Monday before another cold wave arrives early next week.
Still ahead on Tampa Bay tonight, a holiday surprise for a local veteran. We were there, and we'll have reaction from him and his family after the break.
Action News needs your help to bring joy to families in need. All you have to do is stop by the station and pick out any angel from the Salvation Army Angel Tree, and then bring those unwrapped presents back to the station, and we'll make sure they get to the right place.
ABC Action News is once again teaming up with the Salvation Army for the Angel Tree program. With your help, we can continue to brighten the lives of thousands of kids who otherwise would have no gifts to open during the holidays. So this is how it works. You can stop by our station located at 4045 North Himes Avenue, right across from Raymond James Stadium, and pick up an angel from the ABC Action News Angel Tree. Our lobby is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and all gifts need to be dropped off by December 13th. You can also adopt an angel at any Famous Tate store. We have all of the locations and more information on our website, abcactionnews.com/angeltree. And sticking with the season of giving, a local Navy vet and his family got a special holiday surprise tonight in the form of gifts and lights put up all around their home. ABC Action News photojournalist Josh Woodston was there and shows us more from that big reveal. Still to come on Tampa Bay tonight, home sales are at a historic low. We continue our Price of Paradise series after the break by digging into the state of housing as we head into 2024.
It's go time. Register now for the Publix Gasparilla Distance Classic.
And thanks for joining us for Tampa Bay tonight. We'll leave you with a live look outside, and we hope you have a good night.
Join us for Tampa Bay's Morning Blend.
We've got the food, fun, and the latest events that make the Bay Area great.
Plus the best deals you can use.
Tampa Bay's Morning Blend weekdays at 10 a.m. on WFTS.
Sponsored by the law offices of Anjar and Levine, Accident Attorneys.